can move to New Zealand with just your visa fee and flight ticket, my dear, you are not ready. In 2026, the real cost of relocating to New Zealand is higher than most immigration agents tell you. And if you don't plan properly, you could arrive and struggle financially. So in this video today, I am breaking down the real budget you need, from visa fees to rent, eating costs, and how much emergency savings you should have before landing in New Zealand. Let's talk money. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I create realistic and honest content about moving to New Zealand, especially for caregivers and healthcare workers coming to New Zealand through the Accredited Employer Work Visa pathway. If your goal is to relocate the smart way, not emotionally, make sure you subscribe and like this video, and let's get into it. The first thing on the list is visa cost. Visa cost is what you pay before approval. Okay, let's talk about that. So let's start with the official cost. All right. So for the Accredited Employer Work Visa application fee, it's around $750 New Zealand dollar to $900 New Zealand dollar. So this can change depending on the policy update. Okay. Second is the medical examination. It's usually £250 to £400, or whatever it is in equivalent in your country. Number three is the police clearance. This usually varies by country, so it could be around £50 to £150. Now, if you require English tests, high LTS or OET, that's around £180 to £220. Okay, so before you even book your flight, you may already have spent between 1,500 New Zealand dollar to 2,500. Okay, and that is just the beginning. Yeah. So number second on my list is the travel costs, guys. The flight ticket. So the flight ticket from UK to New Zealand is around £900 to £1,500. That's one way, depending on the season, could be more, but that's the range. So from Nigeria to New Zealand, that one is often higher. So I can't really give you, the exact figure for that one because it changes. Yeah, it changes. So if you then have extra baggage, hey, that's around £100 to £300. Okay, and for travel insurance, it's highly recommended that you have travel insurance just in case. Yeah, so you should budget at least 2,000 New Zealand dollars to 3,000 New Zealand dollars for travel alone. The next part is the settlement cost. This is where people struggle. This is the part most people struggle, and most people usually underestimate the settlement cost. So before you rent a house in New Zealand, you need to pay, in fact, you must pay 4 weeks bond and 2 weeks rent in advance. So for example, if the rent is $600 per week, so the bond is going to be 6 times 4, which is 2,400. That is what you're paying as bond. And if the rent is 600 and you have to pay 2 weeks rent in advance, you're paying them 1,200 as rent in advance. So in total, what you're paying is $3,600 New Zealand dollars upfront to get the house. So that's just an example. If the rental is 600, it could be less, it could be more. Just do the math. Okay, that's before buying anything else in the house. Yeah. So the house usually comes with it's not furnished. No, the house is not furnished. But then you're gonna get the usual. You have the stove. You have to get the furniture. You have to get your appliances, everything. But then it comes with the stove and the curtain or the blind. Yeah, that's it. Empty house. But then if you want a furnished apartment, then that's different. So you get everything like the washing machine, some come with TV, some come with bed and things like that. But then if it's unfurnished, then it is unfurnished. Got ya? Let's move on to the living cost for the first month. Okay, so let's look at food. The budget for food is around $150 to $200 per week, and the transport, depending on where you travel to, you're looking at $50 to $100 per week. And if you have to get your SIM card and internet set up, you need to pay for it depending on your provider. Basic household items, you want to get furniture, you want to get appliances, that's different. So the first month survival budget is around 1,000 New Zealand dollars to 1,500 New Zealand dollars minimum. Another hidden cost that no one talks about. Yeah, this is where most people get shocked. So there is delay in your first salary. Yeah, there is delay in your first salary. Most people don't talk about it. Some employers pay every 2 weeks. Some pay monthly, and I think in some cases it depends. It's really rare to get weekly pay. Okay, so you may need to wait 3 to 4 weeks before your first pay. So if you don't have New Zealand credit history, some landlord may reject you. You may need temporary accommodation like Airbnb. So to get an accommodation in New Zealand is not very straightforward. If you don't have New Zealand credit history, some landlords may reject you. Yeah, so you may need to get yourself temporary accommodation, that is Airbnb. Yeah, which is usually expensive. Okay, so there is unexpected delays, there's visa processing delays, there's job start date shifts, there is extra documentation requests. This is why emergency savings are critical. So how much do you really need if you're coming alone? The minimum save budget should be around 8,000 to 12,000 New Zealand dollars. If you're coming with family, then you're looking around 15,000 to 25,000 New Zealand dollars is recommended. If you ask, is it possible with less? Yes, it is possible. You can do with it depending on your budget. But is it risky? Also, yes, it is. Just in case you're unable to manage yourself financially, yes. Okay? But the smart relocation strategy I would recommend is: 1, don't resign from your job too early. 2, save at least 3 months emergency funds. 3, secure written job offer. Get a job offer before you resign and confirm the start date. Also have a backup accommodation plan. If you can get in touch with anyone you know in New Zealand, or you can scout with somebody, until when you are able to get your own place, then that's cool and fine. Okay, in my previous video I have talked about how you can link up with the Nigerian community in any country you move to, so please look for that video and get yourself connected. So moving to New Zealand is not just about getting a visa, it's about financial stability. If you come unprepared financially, New Zealand can feel expensive and stressful, and that's the honest truth. But if you plan properly and save intentionally and understand the real costs, yeah, it can be one of the best decisions of your life. Yeah, I say so. If this video has helped you, comment NZ 2026 below so I know you're serious about moving. And also tell me, are you moving alone or you're moving with your family? If you want me to create a full relocation budget checklist you can download, let me know in the comments. Alright, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share with someone planning to move to New Zealand. Help your brother, help your sister, share the video. Okay, thank you guys. So I also offer private consultation section if you need help planning your relocation strategy properly. So check the description below and click on the link and book a section with Oge. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on my next video. See ya. Thank you.